entities under the past administration, under the left, sit there and call out and say, hey, the most dangerous thing is a Catholic fucking person in America. So we're going to just brand a whole fucking group of religious as terrorists. But then, and everybody accepts it. Particularly, they went fucking nuts. And then when people said, Christians on the right said, hey, this shit in Detroit right now where you have a Islamic mayor saying we're going to rename Main Street Osama bin Laden Avenue after a Hamas fucking proponent and terrorist and advocate, non-American. We're going to rename that street. And the people of that town say, we don't want this. The mayor turns around and says, well, the greatest thing will be when you leave our town, we'll throw a parade so you can get out. And basically told citizens that put him in power to get the fuck out of his town because he wanted to name it Osama bin Laden Avenue. This is a weird shit of the left. And you keep hearing this over and over again. And then they want to throw it on you and say, here. And I encourage conservatives, fight back. At this point, what more do you have to lose? There's nothing. There's really nothing to argue with these people. There's no point in asking for bipartisanship. There are people that, who was that one guy? Where is he? Whatever his name is. He asked, like, oh, we can discern and make for yourself. You can. In seriousness, you can. But you can't with the majority of what's going on in the left. You can't. You had Chuck Schumer threaten a fucking Supreme Court justice, actually have to have police come out, arrest somebody who is going to commit said act, and then turn around and say, oh, it's not me, it's the right that's the political terrorist. They take counting the fact that David Dorn had to fucking die and bleed out while his family watched it live during fucking a political protest, but they don't count that as violence. Made up stats based on the ADL and whatever fucking twat waffle agency on the left is trying to construe these stats in a way saying the right is more prolific. We didn't go to a baseball game and shoot up your fucking Democrat leaders. We didn't go to your justices and try to beat them. We didn't fucking blow up your fucking areas or firebomb them like you did in North Carolina. We didn't fucking do half of the shit. All you got is January 6th. And oddly enough, that wasn't even made up of all fucking Republicans. That's the weird fucking part. You guys don't even know anything about what happened. It was a Republican. I got it. And
just like him land.
And the Nancy Pelosi thing, like you throw that one up there. Who fucking cares? That was some fucking crazed medicine. And again, it goes to show you that your mental health policies and your bail reform policies don't fucking work. You let a guy out to attack Nancy Pelosi. Fucking clearly evident. You want to throw the Minnesota senators next? That was a guy in the government set up by a Democrat rule. That was your guy. That had nothing to do with us. He had no King's protest. He was anti-fucking Trump. But somehow he's ours. It's right-wing protest. When we look at these facts, all we can say is when you sat down at the table and you handed them the opportunity to speak, they shot the motherfucker that was willing to do it for nothing more than his words. They cheer about it, they emulate it, and then they're crying because they're now facing the wrath that conservatives, A, don't want to bridge the gap anymore, and B, conservatives are calling their company saying, you know what, this asshat is preaching this asshat's doing this, fire them. And they didn't realize the depth at which conservatives actually had. You should have remembered Bud fucking Light and some other things, but you forgot that shit. Now conservatives are coming after you, and they're not holding back. They're not being restrained. They don't care anymore. They're telling their principals, fuck it, we're on now. Because you had not controlled yourself, and you did enough to bring them to this point. And other people like me are just going to cheer them on, grab the popcorn, and sit down and have a nice pint of Guinness and watch this shit show unfold. Because you never listened to people in the beginning of this shit when we warned you and said, shut the fuck up, sit down, you're going to cause a problem. And you never fucking listened. So now we're here today. You own it. You get it. You keep it. You swallow it. You swallow it like you like it, bitch. And then you fucking beg some more.
Whoa. Okay, Ari. It's on Ari, right?
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, that was low. You finished there a little bit, kind of.
Like a Republican game.
Yeah, anyway, that
was another kind of fit.
All right, come on. Don't interrupt me now. You didn't interrupt him. Don, stop spamming. You guys to come back up. You got 5 minutes, but you were warned multiple times not to interrupt. Control yourself, son. And where do I begin, bro? It's like so much. Like, first, I'm gonna say go if you still here, bro.